Hello everyone. This week's rental is the Jeep Wrangler Sahara edition, coming in a bright white color, sitting on some big fat tires. They're 18-inch rims, but some really fat tires. Really high up, lots of ground clearance. For some reason, this model doesn't come with foot guards, step guards, which really does make a difference because it's so high that it comes up to my knee, and I'm a 6 foot tall person. Overall, it has its iconic Jeep look to it, really boxy, wide, aggressive look. This is the hardtop version. This is the ultimate utility vehicle and go anywhere vehicle. It even has tow hooks in the front as tow hooks in the back. Even in opening up the hood is kind of like opening up a toy. So once you got those latches on two sides off, there's a little, it's definitely a pain to take off, put up the hood, but underneath is a rear mounted inline 4 2.0 liter turbocharged engine, which, if I'm not mistaken, should have a 25 horsepower electric motor to help the engine as well. I'm not too sure about that. If somebody knows, please comment in the section below. Let's take a walk around the rest of the vehicle. Looks pretty nice. This is like a straight out of the box, like a Lego. There's so much customizability that you could do with this, like the hardtop comes off and the doors come off and things like that. In the back, you have a full mounted spare wheel. The tailgate opens up and the window lifts up so you can get access to the trunk, which gives you plenty of space. You have your bars for when, your roll bars for when you take off the hood or the roof. So let's finish off that and take a look in the back, which this is what I'm talking about. If you don't have the step ladder, is going to be kind of hard because it's really raised up. Have to get on in, and inside I have a snug fit, barely any room, but comfortable nonetheless. Decent head space. This middle bar, roll bar, has speakers and also your lights. They're in the middle. You have two vents, 4 ports, and a direct AC port, and some cup holders. Pretty nice and snug. Middle seat is pretty nice and snug as well, if you don't mind the cup holders and the divider in the middle. So this can fit 3 adults in the back without any issue. What I do like is that since the doors come off, You do have like these not Velcro, but these rope type cordage to hold the doors closed. Let's hop in the front to see what's up here. So when you hop in the front, you're meted with the typical Jeep dash with analog tach and a speedometer with the center digital infotainment, not infotainment, but digital information gauge. Very premium in here. Leather wrap steering wheels. Over here you have circular air vents and whatnot. Signals on the steering column to the left and windshield wipers to the right. Over on the side you have your dimming and your lighting features. You have your door locks right here and your side view mirrors. There is no windows controls because the doors do come off. Instead, they're over in the middle console. Over here, rounding out the steering wheel, you have your Bluetooth controls and your cruise controls, which comes with adaptive cruise control. No type of cup holders since the doors do come off, but there's a little mesh that you could store knickknacks there. Over in the middle side, you have your different controls right here. Rear view mirror. The house garage door is conveniently in the visor right here, which is kind of nice. You have your very big, like a 12-inch screen for the 2024 version. Comes with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. They function as wireless as well, so that's really nice. And push button start. And then here you have your climate control, and then also some traction control and off-road control as well too. You have heated seats and steering wheel, which comes in handy for those colder days, because it's not very well insulated, even though it is a hardtop. So that will come in handy in those cold days. Moving on down is your direct DC ports, your extra ports as well, 2 USBs and an auxiliary. This is where you control your windows. In the middle, small little storage space right here. On the left hand side, you have your gearing for your 4-wheel drive, the different modes that you can set it in. This is your standard gearing knob or shift lever, park, reverse, neutral, and drive. And you could also put it in a manual mode. You have a cable e-brake, no electronic e-brake here. 2 cup holders. You have 1 storage space right here on top, and then a big storage space, cavernous storage space underneath there. Very small glove compartments. Comes in here with this tool set to with instructions on how to remove the top and the doors. I may or may not get into that, but if I do, it's gonna make this video a little bit longer, so expect that if I do. So you have your cloth right here, and then you have this hold bars. I guess when you're a passenger and you're going off-road, that will come in handy. Speakers up at the top. Overall, the feel is pretty premium. The seats are firm and soft, as well. Let's take this on the paved roads before I take it off-road and see how it performs. Alright, so how does the Jeep Wrangler perform on the road? My initial impressions was powerful and loud. Being that loud being the cabin noise, it is a hardtop drop top, so it is kind of like a convertible. So I didn't really notice it in the city drivings, but in once I got into the highway and started hearing the wind, it was pretty loud, and I've having to talk at a higher tone than I normally would. The tires doesn't help as well with the sound. Power is that this is deceptively strong engine in there. I wouldn't say it's and there's a lot of torque. There is about 270 something ish feet-pound of torque, about the same amount of horsepower in that inline turbo. But man, is it efficient in picking up speed and accelerating, and even in passing at high speeds. It's pretty quick in that aspect, especially for a 4,500 pound vehicle. I was quite surprised at the speed, and the pickup performs well in all conditions. What other things that surprised me was the handling, especially in the city. It maneuvered pretty well, being that it's a raised up vehicle. Handling was responsive enough. What really stood out was in tight parking spaces. In vehicles of this size, I usually have issues parking, but this one, maybe it was the four-wheel drive and the turning radius is a little bit better. It was able to, I didn't have any issues parking or maneuvering in tight spaces. Suspension is the next thing that I noticed. It is a pretty bumpy suspension, kind of bouncy, which is a given because the road is really not its true environment. I'm pretty sure the softer suspension will play a big factor when it's off-road or over rocks and things like that. Braking could be a little bit better. It is a heavy vehicle, but nevertheless, it was responsive enough. So overall, I was really satisfied with the whole driving experience. It gave me a sense of confidence that I've never gotten in any other vehicle. Not confidence in speed, but confidence in that I can just drive, knowing that I could just drive over anything I wanted to drive. So it kind of led to a little bit more of like a reckless, not reckless, but caution to the wind a little bit more with this vehicle. It does have a higher presence, so I can see the road, commanding presence on the road and whatnot. So for the most part, very impressed with the on-road, paved road capabilities. On top of that, it does have pretty decent gas mileage, especially because it's an inline four turbocharged. It's a little bit more fuel efficient. I know the V6 version is going to give you a lot less gas mileage. But overall, so far, paved roads is a B plus for me. So let's see how it does on. Let's go have some fun. All right. So the most part, I'm on some off-road, and it drives pretty well. It's actually kind of tame for off-roading, so it needs to be, it seems like it needs to be bumpier. These roads are too tame for the Jeep Wrangler, so it's handling pretty well. I feel like I could go pretty much faster than normal other 4x4s and all-wheel drive vehicles, only because it's higher, thicker tires. I feel more confident in driving. So let me kind of take it onto the beach, and we'll see how it performs there. All right, so hitting the beach right now. I'm just gonna go full speed, or not full speed, but just gonna hit it up, sliding around, maybe do some donut holes. Drives pretty well. Oop, almost got stuck in some soft sand. It's still in its two-wheel drive mode, so it's not even pushing anything too much. Not too much. It can handle it pretty well. I think I saw some soft sand that I could get stuck in. So let me head towards there real quick. All right, so I'm in some soft sand, and it's getting pretty hard to control. So let's see here. There's a button right here. Press, and then it says the inner 4x4 shift down to low. So down here, we're gonna shift this down to low, and let's see. Oh yeah, much better now. It got out of there pretty quickly and effortlessly as well too. So I know there was some other spots right here. Hang on. So this part right here, that's pretty deep. And here looks like there's plenty of ground clearance. 4x4 is on. Oh yeah, I could easily just go through that section, no problems whatsoever. Nice. That was fun. All right. Very, very nice. So let's see if let me show you me getting stuck in there. So, all right, hang on. All right, so I'm going to go in without 4x4 being active, and it should slow me to a stop right here. It's struggling. It is struggling, and I am stuck. I am stuck. So we'll engage 4x4. There we go. It's engaged. And bam. Nice. Very, very nice. Service. All right. So that just took me out of the sand. So unfortunately, there's no really steep inclines or anything like that. So can't go uphill or downhill, climb anything. But off-roading out on the beach, getting stuck in the sand, works out well. All right, so just one last thing before I end this video. I want to test the Jeep Wrangler on some bendy, curved roads, see how that performs. Coming up on a bend right now. Nice visibility, a little bit of braking. Handles pretty well through that turn. I think there's a couple more coming up. So, alright, so we're approaching these turns. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Handle's quite nice. Here's gonna come like a S curve coming up, going 53, just slowing down a tad bit and accelerating up. So it wasn't too bad of a turn. Handles pretty well in there. I think there's some sharp turns coming up in a little bit. All right, here we go. This should be S curve, windy S curve. Going about 50. Oop. Oh no, school bus. The school bus kind of dampened that one, but let's see if I can speed up real quick and still navigate the turn. And, okay, not too bad. Here comes the sharpest turn coming up. 55. A little bit of braking. Oh yeah, it handles it pretty nicely. A little bit of a roll to it, a body roll to it. So yeah, handles pretty well. Composure in all driving conditions. I think the Jeep Wrangler is a fantastic utility vehicle, all-purpose vehicle. Don't have to worry about going anywhere. Well, going anywhere you want to. Pretty much it can do that for you with confidence, with ease, with peace of mind. Awesome vehicle, very fun to drive. Highly recommend it for a rental. All right, folks, thanks for watching. Leave your comments, questions down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now. Peace.